Hi, my name is Shoshana Wilkinson. Today I'm going to be performing an assessment of the abdomen and gastrointestinal system. So I typically begin any assessment by walking in and greeting my patient. Hi, I'm Shoshana. I'm going to be your nurse today. And I would perform hand hygiene, walk back over to the patient, verify his name and date of birth.
John Curtis, March 1st, 1985.
Okay, thank you. And today you're here for an assessment of your abdomen. Okay.
Yes.
Are you having any concerns with your abdomen? Any discomfort? Any problems? No?
No.
Okay. And as I'm asking those questions, I am looking at my patient. I'm looking at his posture, looking whether he's dressed appropriately, whether appropriately for the weather or not. I'm looking to see if he's upset, mad, in pain, his mood. I'm looking at all those things. So I would then go on to ask different questions pertaining to the abdomen, like past history, if he's ever had any surgeries, any issues. I ask him about his family history with abdominal issues. So I would also do a set of vitals at the beginning, and his heart rate, respirations, blood pressure, ask him his pain, and his pulse ox. So I would do all those things. For the sake of time, I'm just going to do the assessment on his abdomen now. So the first thing that I'm going to do after asking all those questions, I would go ahead and ask the patient to actually lie down for this part. He's in a chair, so I would have him lay down. And I would inspect, I would just look at the belly, because that's the first thing that you want to do with an assessment of your abdomen. You just want to look first. I would look at the skin color. I would look and see if I see any nodules, or if I see like distension, if I see any movement happening. And I would look at characteristics of his stomach. That's all those things that I would be looking for. And I don't see really anything on his stomach that looks concerning. Like I said, no nodules or anything that I see, and the movement looks fine. You can see him breathing. I would then go ahead and listen with the diaphragm on my stethoscope for his bowel sounds in all of his quadrants. Like I said, it shouldn't take very long to hear movement of the bowels. Really, it typically doesn't take that long. And then the next thing I would do is I would turn it to the diaphragm, or the bell of my stethoscope, I'm sorry. And I would listen to the different arterial roots if there were any present. So you don't want any roots present, but that's what you will be listening for in this next one with the bell. So I'll start with the aortic, which is about right here. I don't hear any, of course. And then I'm listening to the renal. And they're just a little bit lower than the aortic. No root there. The next one that I would go down to is the iliac. And those are right below the umbilicus. no right there. And I'm going to have you stand up for a second because it's going to be easier. The next are the femoral, and they're about right here. No roots there. And then if you want to go ahead and sit down here, okay? The next thing I would listen for is what we call the venous hum. It can be heard about right here. Okay. So then he definitely would be, like I said, laying back because it's just easier to do an assessment of the abdomen with light on the belly and to be able to see everything. I'm going to have you sit back kind of though. Then you begin to palpate. And you first lightly palpate. 1 to 2 centimeters is for to lightly palpate. That's how deep you would want to go. And as I'm moving around his belly, I would ask him to let me know if you feel any tenderness. I'd be feeling for any nodules or anything that I could feel. Is there any tenderness? No? And then I would also be feeling muscle tone with lightly palpating. That's another thing that you'd be feeling for. Then I would palpate about 4 to 6 centimeters next, and then I'm really feeling for like masses in this, and to see if that feels tender at all, because sometimes the harder you push, the deeper that you push, you're more likely to find pain if there is an issue. So, no tenderness or anything, and I didn't feel any masses, of course. I would also look at the aortic pulsation, which is about right here. And if he was lying back, I could really see it. I can kind of see it. If he sits still for a second, you can kind of see it right here, which is normal. But if you lay back, that is something that you can really see right there. Okay, you're fine. The next thing that I would look at is his umbilicus area. I would check the ring, see if there's any nodules, and just really examine it. And that's what I would look at right there. And then I would have him turn around to me. I'm going to have you turn around and put your back to me. I'm sorry. Next thing that I would do is I would percuss his kidneys to see if there's any pain there. And so kidneys are about right here. They're a lot higher than people think. And then I'll ask you, like, if you feel any pain here. I'm going to have you sit up, though. Okay. And then I would, of course, be listening to for dullness in that area, and there wasn't any dullness. If you can turn around, and was there any pain or anything? No. And that's a short and sweet assessment of the abdomen and gastrointestinal system. Thank you.